Visual assets bring an event page to life more than anything else. Whether they are a striking hero image, an animated GIF to add movement for the eye, or a brilliant picture of an important speaker to draw attendees in, imagery can make or break your event. When keeping this in mind, it is important to learn the differences between the three types of imagery in Splash: the background image, the image element, and the square element. While a designer can find unique use cases for each type of imagery on a splash page, let us first begin by breaking down the background image. A background image is not an actual element found in Splash's element library. It is actually an image that is applied to the background of an element or block. To change the background image of an element or block, the designer, as best practice, should click into the title of the element or block in the Layout tab, and then pop open the Background tab. In this tab, the designer can swap the background color, or they can have the background be an image by clicking Upload. They can then choose to upload an image from their computer, or select from the Unsplash or Giphy stock libraries. The only restrictions for uploading your own image is that it needs to be under 2000 pixels by 2000 pixels and 10 megabytes in size. The image itself can be a JPEG, PNG, or animated GIF, but JPEGs will help load the page the quickest. The Unsplash library has various categories, allowing the designer to narrow their selection. Both the Unsplash and the Giphy libraries give the designer the option to search for a specific image as well. As an added bonus, whenever Unsplash or Giphy update their libraries, the updates pull through in real time to Splash as well, so there will always be new images to experiment with. It's pretty rad. If the designer wants to change the positioning of the background image inside the container it is being housed in, they can click on the element or block and open the Background tab. The designer can now decide how they want the background image to fill the element. Using the size dropdown, they can have the background image fill the space, contained within the space, scale up or down to the original size of the uploaded image, which is what we call normal, or have the image fit the width or height of the container or block. To position the image in the frame, one can click around the positioning grid to move the background image around the container. Since the background image is not an actual element, it is reliant on the sizing and proportions of the element or block it is being housed inside of. So, if you want to increase the size of the background image of a block, you need to increase the size of the block by adding padding or additional content. Since we can never anticipate what size screen our attendees will be viewing our event pages on, there is no perfect size for the background image of blocks. Sometimes the background of a block could be 3000 pixels wide on large monitors, or 1000 pixels wide on small laptops. It's a compromise that every web designer has to account for, whether they're using Splash or not. For this reason, we recommend using abstract or lifestyle imagery, where it's okay if certain sides of the image bleed off the sides of the browser window. You shouldn't need to bake in text or logos into the background image. That's what Splash's element library is for. A designer can crop a background image by clicking into the element and then clicking the crop button underneath the thumbnail of the background image in the Background tab on the right. The cropping tool will be a full-page takeover where a designer can then click and drag their cursor over a specific portion of the image to create their crop. When a background image is cropped, the exact portion of the image that has been cropped will now fill the space of the frame currently existing on page. It's up to the designer to then reposition the image in the frame if needed. Okay, this is probably my favorite feature when it comes to background imagery. It's something called Parallax Scrolling. To try out this feature, navigate to the Background tab and click on the checkbox labeled Fix Position. Once this is ignited, scroll down your page and see how the image seems to stay locked or in place or fixed as the rest of the page scrolls? It's pretty sweet, right? I love these mini moments of visual magic in our platform.